Hello everyone! I have wanted to create a YouTube video for a long time now. I enjoy watching YouTube videos more than TV at this point, and I always love the kind of view of people's lives in this sport in particular. So I finally decided to start a YouTube channel. I think part of it is that I will have kind of a unique view, or I have kind of a unique view, and I think it would be interesting to share. I don't see a lot of other YouTube channels like this. So today I just wanted to do an introduction video and talk a little bit about myself and my pony, and you will probably see my dog running around, so you will meet him too. So my name's Caitlin. My horse's name is Katai. I've had her for about 4 years now, and one of the things that's a little bit unique about me is that she's actually a pony, and I'm an adult that rides a pony dressage. I've had a tough time finding other dressage YouTube channels. There aren't very many out there, and then on top of that, a lot of YouTubers are a little younger than me. So I am 31 this year, and have a full-time job, and I'm kind of a working professional, and an adult amateur, and not a professional with horses. So I think that that's a little bit unique, as well as riding a pony dressage. And I live in northern US. I live in Minnesota, near or in the Twin Cities, which is an area of the country that I don't see a lot of videos either. So I've been riding since I was young. I got my first pony when I was 7. I can't remember a time when I didn't just absolutely love horses, and I remember laying awake at night and lots of tears and being really upset until I finally got my first horse. That pony's name was Prince, and sort of ever since then I've had horses or ponies. I got my first horse when I was 12, and he was a brat. He was a 16-hand appendix quarter horse, a buckskin. I will try to insert a photo of him, and he terrorized tiny 12-year-old me. I always wonder if part of why I love ponies now as an adult is because he was impossible and a large horse. So then I've kind of had a couple of horses off and on. I jumped and did kind of eventing for a little while. I didn't have a great instructor, and I think my sense of self-preservation kicked in, and so I decided that dressage would be smarter for me than going over large, immovable objects without somebody really qualified coaching me. So I started, I would say, focusing more on dressage when I was in my mid to late teens, but I actually was unfortunately unable to start taking riding lessons, dressage lessons, until I moved away from home, which was 6 years ago. So at that point I started taking weekly dressage lessons, and there were kind of, there was a year or so in there where I wasn't really taking regular lessons, but otherwise I have been for the last period of time, which is great. I've definitely seen a huge improvement in my riding. Everything I was doing before was more sort of innate and just from being on a horse for a lot of years. So it's been awesome. I've boarded at a couple of different barns with Katai, and now I'm at an absolutely amazing place. I will do a barn tour at some point, and probably have some lesson footage. I do have a video or a channel where I have a lot of kind of riding videos that I'll link. But I'll link those so that you can go see me and Katai, and if you're also curious, I have a blog that I've been keeping since I've had her, and I've posted fairly regularly on it, especially for the past couple of years, so you can see all the way from when I wasn't riding her, because I got her as an unstarted 4-year-old, to now, where we're working on second level movements in dressage, which is pretty cool. And so Katai, a little bit more about her, and I'll do a better, maybe more full video about her in the future, but for now. She is a 13-2 hand, so small pony. She is some sort of question mark. I just say a sport pony. She is likely part halflinger. She doesn't really look part halflinger to me, but her previous owners told me that her mom was a halflinger, and I don't have any reason to doubt that. I just don't think she looks like she is. She's a pinto color, chestnut white. So yeah, I've had her for just over 4 years. I got her as an unstarted. I think she was 3 or 4 at the time. She was worse than not started. She'd been really spoiled. The girl who was training her before me was trying to lure her over jumps with treats. And I'm not talking about clicker training. I love clicker training. I think there's a lot of great positive reinforcement training methods. But she was literally like dragging a carrot in front of her nose to get her to try to jump over a fence. So it wasn't a great start for her. She was pretty spoiled and really a brat when I got her and had never been ridden. So that was a fairly long journey. It was about a year getting her to kind of the point where I could walk, trot, canter, and handle her. She still has her things. She's not great at trailer loading, so it's something I'm focusing on this spring. But otherwise, she's really a good citizen, and I'm really proud to have trained her myself from the beginning. I didn't have help at all along the way, other than my riding lessons and having an instructor help me through some stuff. And I have had, my instructors have probably put maybe 10 total rides on her during that time. Otherwise, it's been all me, which is great. All of it, all the mistakes are mine, and all of the great progress is mine as well, or ours, I should say, mine and hers. So I really like that. I like having a horse where any mistakes are mistakes that I made. And even though I maybe don't always learn as much from it, I still feel like I learn a lot, especially with the instructor as part of the relationship. So she is 8. She'll be, I just used the date that I picked her up as her birthday and say she's 4 when I got her, so she'll be 9 this year, so she's still quite young. I haven't shown her very much, which is partly because of the trailering stuff, but I hope to this year. I also don't own a trailer, so it makes it tough to get to shows, but I have somebody who will be willing to trailer me this year, which is great. So hopefully I will be able to share more of that with you. I've done a hunter pace with her, and I did a couple of dressage schooling shows last year and then a few years ago, but otherwise not much. So I can't really say what level of dressage we're necessarily at, but we're somewhere between first and second. I think we could do a pretty good first level test. There's a few things that we need to work on a little bit more, but and then we're starting to work on some second level stuff like shoulder in, some of the lateral work. So my goal for this channel is to do like barn tours, hauls. I'd like to share some riding videos. I think part of why there aren't as many dressage channels out there is because dressage is sometimes tougher to watch and to see progress, so I'm hoping I can make it interesting and show some of our riding videos, but we'll see. I will likely do some vlogs as well. Like I mentioned, I work full-time. I get to travel to Seattle for work on a fairly regular basis, and so I think some of that would be kind of interesting. And you know, I plan to go to some clinics and horse shows and stuff this year, so I hope to share some of that. Otherwise, this is primarily going to be a horse YouTube channel. And then reviews. I'll definitely do some review videos. So hopefully that's kind of a good introduction to who we are. I'll do more in-depth videos in the future about Katai specifically, and share more baby pictures and stuff of her, and then we'll continue to share more about who I am and kind of my background and everything, but I don't want this video to go too long because it probably won't be incredibly interesting to watch. So thank you. Bye.